Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Logistical Nightmare Racing Tuesday night ACC BC. I mean, in a flash and instantaneously, I am looking at probably what I would call one of the most beautiful ACC liveries designed by Alan Patterson on a BMW. Now, probably going to sound like I'm gonna just drool all over this car, but I have to admit it just looks absolutely fantastic. There's just something about that livery that keeps drawing my eyes. Again, everyone on the stream, welcome, boys, ladies, and gents. This is our last night fun event series that we are going to hold for the next couple of weeks. 2 weeks time from now, we're actually going to kick off our season 2 championship on ACC. So do look out for that. This evening, though, we are on one of my favorite tracks, Bathurst, and I think it's just a phenomenal, spectacular, and such a technical track by far that it will keep you on your toes in every little bit and corner. Again, it is so difficult just to get a proper lap down here that by the time you think you are the best of the best of the best, someone else smashes it with a phenomenal drive. So currently the boys are doing on their hot laps at the moment. I suspect we should see a bit of time on the tables with everyone else. And again, we've got a mixture of cars here this evening. So we've got a couple of Mercs here. I don't believe I have everyone's liveries that they would generally run with. So Hardbreaker here with car number 58 and his Mercedes. Again, a couple of Lexus cars. We have BMWs, the Mercs, and then my absolute favorite is the Aston V12. Now, just listen to that roaring V12 engine. My mouth drools. From a sound realistic point of view, I just cannot get enough of that car sound. That's just one of the nice things. So this evening we're going to host about a 50-minute race. It's going to be a fun race. All cars we have at the present moment, and the only ones we've allowed is what I would classify as your front engine cars. So anything in the rounds of the BMWs, the Mercs, then of course the Aston Martins, the Lexus boys and things like that. These are the cars we've allowed for the racing. A qualifying session of about 10 minutes at maximum, followed by a 15-minute race. And of course, within the 15-minute race, I actually have to go look and see what I set it up with. My homework is a bit terrible this evening. But I don't believe it is a pit stop race. I do recall these boys are just going to do a full-on 50-minute race. No mess, no fuss, all good fun and action throughout. Now, I could be completely wrong. No, I'm wrong. As always, there's a pit stop count. So of course, I didn't talk about the pit stop count for the boys. So they're all going to love and hate me at this moment. I might just need to ping them on chat at some other point, but they'll hopefully work it out. So the pit stop is there. There is no mandatory tires, there is no mandatory fuel change. So all I have to do is do a pit and drop, just to get a bit of love and attention in the pit entries, and it's going to be quite fun for these boys. Now I honestly didn't mention it at all, so I'm going to get some love afterwards. So look at the boys at the moment. Stratum, currently at this stage, has set the fastest lap so far. Again, with a 2:02 at this moment. So let's just go look at the times of what we have at this stage. So Stratum hitting the 2:02 once, then of course followed by Vermeulen, Schutter, and we have Patterson, Greening, Mayberg, and so forth. I reckon that's going to change as it goes along. And as they move throughout the laps, again, only about 3 minutes left. So I still think there's a couple of boys on track that hasn't really done a lap, and that could be because it's so tricky and treacherous. Anyone that's ever done a Bathurst race is going to struggle. So on On chat we have Pierre, Mr. Pierre, and Mr. Ashley Bradroll Wilson. Welcome, boys. Thanks for saying hi. Loving the fact that you can keep me entertained while I look at these bad boys doing their track circuit runs this evening. Qualifying is underway. Not a lot of boys on track this evening. Again, 15 minutes, 50, sorry, of Bathurst racing. It's going to be a question of who can endure this for 50 minutes and still do a mandatory pit stop. There's no need for tire change or fuel. They can do what is needed. I probably have to just enter that into the chat. I'm gonna have to do this, so my stream's gonna be a bit wild and wonky at this moment, so just gonna go drive, and then I'll post that as these boys still doing their hot laps. I don't want to disturb them while they're doing the actual hot lap. I would hope that they would get the message the minute they start the race, but just in case they don't, it's probably just kind of me to just go, let me inform you, because I can't recall that I did voice that on the race settings. I just went, it's a good, simple race. Keep it easy, keep it simple. Okay, top of the logs. Let's see what these boys are doing. Lap times are still in and around there. 201.557 for Stratum. He is being chased down by KB there. Not far off the pace there. So Merc versus BMW. Skitter still in there with his Lexus in car number 13, P3 at the moment. Koketsu Polane also in the mix with his Mercedes. Of course, we've got a lot of BMWs on the track. Still 15 boys here. So again, last few seconds riding for these individuals. I'm very curious to see who's going to do what. Let's go look at a Merc a bit, because I haven't really featured the Merc. This is Koketsu. He's looking to improve on his lap time, and from the looks of it, let's just look at all the sector times, see where they are. He is a bit up on his time heading into sector 2. Now again, this is about 3/10 quicker than what he was before, so hopefully he can keep and maintain that momentum. The other individual on the move at this stage is also Nell Bullion. And Nell Bullion is up a whole second of his time, so I've got to keep a good eye to him. He is definitely on pace, featuring one of those blue Logistical Nightmare liveries, which to my knowledge everyone kind of loves at this moment, and I have to agree. I mean, it's growing on me, I still prefer the PWSR livery purely because of the design and the sexiness of it, but this one is definitely growing on me. Again, I don't want to sound biased, but I would have never thought that a navy blue livery would go so well with orange. So bit of gold gives you that slight Subaru feel. So Napoleon is up 1.3 seconds of his previous time. Where is he going to filter in? P6 at the moment. Hardcore is also up on his time by half a second. He's going to filter up the grid up to P10. And then Lee Bullion also doing crude times at the moment. He's probably about the last individual that's going to do a sector time now. He has been struggling the whole time to get a decent lap down. Ferrara has not been able to do a lap. Lee Bullion comes in 12th place. So that is certainly looking fresh. And I'm just going to put that details there for the boys there. Race diesel, mandatory pit stop only, no tire change or fuel required. So hopefully everyone has gotten the message, and no one slaughters the commentator or the race director afterwards. Again, it's probably time I need to hire a new race director so he can take care of all these nitty gritty things that I tend to forget. Just so important. Yeah. Let's see if I can get to this. Right off. Just where I do a bit of camera work. Got a minute to do all this. So, from a qualifying standpoint, we have Sean Stradom in P1, followed by KB in car number 10 in P2. Then we have Sean Skitter in 13th, car number 13 in third position. Ketsu Polani in fourth. Jacques Vermeulen in fifth, followed by Neil Bullion in sixth. Then right behind him is Alan Patterson in seventh. Neil Greening in the Mercedes over there in eighth. H. Mayberg in an orange BMW, love the orange of that car, in ninth. G. Hardacre in car 58 in 10th. Then we have Neville in 11th. Lee Bullion in 12th. R. Duplessis in 13th. Robson in 14th position. And then last but not least, Steve Ferraro, who struggled to put a lap time down in 15th position. So 15 boys on the track. Ooh, 45 minutes of racing. See how terrible I am this evening. Oh my goodness. If ever I am actually doing proper, I better get my A game up for the championship, because I'm really missing like key fundamental things that I just do not share with these boys. If it's not the fact that I think that we're driving a 50-minute race, it's the fact that I didn't tell the boys that there's a pit stop there, nor did I tell the boys that there was a no mandatory tire change or fuel requirement. I do recall that I did tell them that there will be no rain, which I promise to keep. There will be no rain. So 45 minutes of fun racing. It's not going to be a long race tonight. I think it's all just the heck of it. I want to see who can outwhip the mountain without crashing it. These boys have been racing with each other for quite some time, so I anticipate some good clean racing in between them all. And in all fairness, those front back boys are the ones I'm actually going to watch out for. So like the Stradoms, the KB, the Skitter, the Polani. I technically can't even close out the Vermeulens, the Bullion, the Patterson, and the Greening. Like that top 8 to me is dangerously quick. So can I call a winner? Can I call a winner? I don't know. I can. If this was Kyalami, maybe. Purely because it's Bathurst, it's unpredictable. A wall up the mountain or a touch down the end of the mountain, a little bit of effect on your aerodynamics is just going to cause havoc. So I do hope all these boys, and each and every one of them, keep their noses clean. And when I say keep their noses clean, I'm going with keep their noses outside and within the barriers of the track, because just one corner is needed where you are going to go horribly wrong, and then it's just not going to go your way. I mean, overcompensate a braking 9, reckon you can go a bit faster. Anything's possible. Now, while I am at that, I actually have to go and just set up make sure everything is done and dusted, investigated after that, no further action on that one. So all settings is ready. I think I'm fairly ready at this stage. When I say I'm fairly ready, I'm going with I reckon I am. I think most of the action we're gonna get is probably at Conrad Strait and maybe there on the mountain straight there by Quarry. If we're gonna talk incidents, the cutting is always one of those places where I would say shit just happened. I'm gonna say the shit happens. Okay? And then of course from Skyline all the way down, and again from Skyline all the way down, if you calculate it, it's technically 6 corners. That's excluding the dipper. So 6 corners they gotta maneuver themselves through from Skyline in order to make a decent pass. So that is a lot of effort that these boys have to make with precision, speed, and technicality. And I think I'm going to say this one more time. I still love this track. I reckon anyone needs to tell me who doesn't love this track. I honestly do. It's just one of my absolute favorites. Mr. Tintin Quarantino. Hey, welcome to the stream. This is 45 minutes at Bathurst. I would have expected to see you here, but once again, you're not. So hope we see you soon. Hope all is well. Hope to catch you in our racings. And as we wait for the green light, and it's go, 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 go. Now I'm hoping we're gonna get a good clean start by all the individuals. We've got to show a bit of patience. Oh no, as contact already made in the first couple of corners there. Cars going very wide and very bumpy, argy-bargy as they go through. It didn't look that severe, but whatever has occurred has created one massive gap between Stratum and the boys right behind him. And I'd like to have a look at that to see what happened there, because that was just one of those tag my side end and then I'll just turn you back and take it from there. So give it a bit of time. Boys are running it up. I reckon the boys involved there was Skitter. So Skitter was the man involved. Let's see if we can go back to the replay itself. Look at it from a different angle. This is the start of the race. So the boys doing a clean start, and then a slight tag there by Skitter. He just ended up touching KB, who is now very, very compromised. So that was a rear end tag there going through Hell's Corner. So Hell's Corner has I would say done us proud again. KB on the other hand now at the moment needs to fight his way back. Now he's gone all the way down to P7. I reckon he's got a bit of rear end damage there. Might compromise him a bit. Now I've lost all the action through the mountain. Haven't really seen any severe action. Now let's go look at if I've picked up any penalties by the boys. Has anything gone awfully wrong besides that one? No, just one incident so far. Track maps and track conditions is open. All these boys have got to do is just lead that one pit stop strategy. So I'm already seeing individuals going in the pits. Neil Greening in the pits. He reckons all he's got to do is go pop it in, pop it out, and get out as quickly as he can. As these boys follow each other trail by trail. Now this is a long snake of cars. Gotta check it out. Neil is a bit down there in the back. I see he's lost a few positions. Jacques Vermeulen is in third. Ketchup Pulani is chasing him down. Alan Patterson made up a couple of positions there. Up the mountain they go. Gap is massive between Stratum and Skid at this moment. He is just capitalizing from that first incident at Hell's Corner. I'm gonna go see if I can get some side action. Just look at that. Up the mountain they go. Dangerous left hand into Skyline. Down the mountain. Now this is where you gotta be cautious. Not to overbrake, not to overcompensate. Lexus versus BMW versus Mercedes. These boys are phenomenally quick. Couple of incidents more. Ooh. I don't know what has happened there, but two boys have taken each other out. That is R. Duplessis. He is trying to turn his car around. KB is out of it for sure. KB has not had a great starting race. Now I'm gonna go and see what has happened there. KB comes up the mountain, so everything looks smooth and good from this moment. No real threat there. Still chasing down. What has happened? Oh, he lost it coming down the mountain. That is a big, big, big accident for him. Oh, what an utter shame. That is detrimental. Like, gosh. Coming down too much straight line speed. Couldn't recover it. I reckon that is probably the smash of the season. He's gonna stay in the pit lane for quite some time. I do hope he continues on as the race still continues on. So Skitter is still trying to fight it off there with Jacques Vermeulen. He's being chased down by Alan Patterson. At the same time, we still have Mayber. He's being chased down by Neville. So here we have a class action case of BMW versus Lexus as well. Just the roles are slightly reversed as opposed to the front end boys, where the Lexus is ahead of the BM and the Merc. Where is Coquetto? He's still in the mix there. Now Bullion has lost a bit of spots in the background. Ferrara on the other man, the man who didn't really set a qualifying lap, he is on the move. Gained a few positions from race start. If I say few, that is 5 in general. He is ahead of Bullion. Greening, however, did a pit stop, so I'm going to keep an eye on Greening. He was probably the smart man move, went into the pits very, very quickly. Cleared what needed to be cleared, so he came with a strategy and a plan. Duplessis, he had a bit of a fumble. I missed in some other weird reason. I really thought that himself and KB came together, but it kind of looked like KB took himself out. So let's go back into the action here. This battle is getting far closer. This is Jacques Vermeulen going into the defense for Belanek. Goes the outside line, comes back into the racing line, throws Belanek a bit off center there. Now he is defending. That Merc looks like he's got a bit of straight line speed there. Is Jacques going to go defensive coming up the mountain? Not realistically, keeps it up. Belanek is on his tail. Now this is close nose to tail racing as they head into the cutting. Up the mountain they continue. Alan Patterson looking very, very comfortable where he sits. He's like, let these boys figure it out. One of them are going to make a mistake, and then I'm just going to pounce all over that and take the podium positions, which, oh, I think he deserves. And as I spoke, I think Alan Patterson has just made a big, big fumble going up there by the mountain, and I reckon he has had a severe accident. As he filters either back to the pits or he's going to. I'm going to go and see if I can find that up. Let's go, Alan Patterson. Everything looks beautiful for you. Like, oops. Bonnet view goes up the mountain, chases the two Merc boys down. Get this livery fancy all over. No issues where we stand at the moment. Takes the wide line. What has gone wrong here? It's a bit too wide. Oh, touches the curb into the wall and into the other wall. Ooh, that is just detrimental. Massive damage that he needs to pick up. And again, mountain. This is what the mountain does to you. You could be that good, that brilliant. It takes one split second. And your race is ruined. And when I say ruined, it's unfortunately ruined. 36 minutes of racing, plenty of these boys still have to do their pit stop. I think the action has just been all over the show. I'm loving this. I need to do more sprint races. I reckon sprint races is the best. Pierre de Brutty, massive undercut by Greening. I wonder if he will play out. I reckon that's a good choice there by Pierre. Tintin, big shunt. Pierre, straight arm gone. Yeah, straight arm looks gone. Big oof, big oof. So I'm catching up all the chatter. Yeah, massive oof there by Alan Patterson. So two boys have suffered the consequences. As straight arm goes. Ooh, that's not straight arm, that is Jacques Vermeulen. Too wide, heading out of or into Skyline. Rear end touching the grass, which then causes his rear end to spin out. Now we caught that while that was happening. I could probably take you back on that, but that was just as bad. That is what I would say victim number 2. Back on the bump bonnet view. Everything looks great and beautiful there. Let's see if I can get from an interior point of view. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot. Everything looks great. Doesn't clip the curb there at all. Runs it out. Takes it very, very wide. Yeah. Didn't hit the apex there, onto the grass, into the wall. Luckily he recovered it so well, like handled his car, avoided to create a collision between himself and of course Kiketsu Polani. Now Kiketsu has now made up another position for him, so that's one for the books. Jacques is in the pits to do a bit of damage control there. Now he's probably going to stay in the pits for quite some time. Gotta go check at the data. Still only one racing incident between two individuals caused from where we have started. Everyone else in the pits. Greening was the man that went into the pit on I would say not even on lap 1. He just decided this is where it is and this is how it goes. So he's currently passing everyone that has gone into the pits. Oh, except for Hardacre. Is that a Hardacre? No, that's Mayber. Mayber out of the pits ahead of Greening though. So I'm not so sure if that undercut worked for him. Again, there was no need to do any tire change or anything. These boys could have done whatever they wanted to. Ferrara making good times now. Now this is a man that didn't do a pit stop. Well, didn't do a qualifying that. Ooh. Apologies for my reaction there. Like, I instantaneously predicted that was just gonna end up the same way as Vermeulen did from the Skyline incident. However, that did not happen. So Vermeulen back out. He is now right behind Robson there. Car is fixed up. I can see all the dents are polished out now, so he is going to be hungry and angry because of that slight error that he has made. So BMW Mount Panorama looks good, seems good, just don't touch the grass. Alan Patterson also out. The man definitely wants to do a bit of racing tonight. It's good to see him actually going on. Loving the enthusiasm of just finishing the race. Utmost class by these boys. More boys in the pits. Neville in the pits with his Lexus. Hardacre in the pits with his Mercedes. Skitter is still running with his Lexus, trying to chase down Stratum. Don't think that's gonna happen. Now, these two boys are fighting for position though. Even though Vermeulen has done a pit stop, but he needs to make a valid pass onto Robson. Robson has not been in the pits at all. Bit of pressure there by Robson as a Mercedes exits there. Now I reckon that is Hardacre that came out of the pits. Yes, it is. So that is still position. Hardacre in the pits, kept his nose clean. Now Bullion. I can't see where everyone's put, so let's just go basic. Yeah, there we go. No Bullion, blank times. That's what happens when you have broadcasting. Oof there by Pierre. Yeah, oof, oof, and more oofs. Hi Duncan, how are you, sir? This is the PC boys running on Bathurst. It just looks epic from over. Ooh, big incident there. Who is that? Who is that? That once again looks like Jacques Vermeulen was involved in that one. Not even 100% sure what has happened. But this seems to be a racing situation. Yes, car 58 and car 22. Let's go see if we can have a look what has happened there. A couple of minutes back, Jacques Vermeulen is now officially in the pits. Racing standpoint, this is up the mountain, no issues here. Now again, Hardacre was quite far away. He had quite a bit of gap between himself. Oh, he made a big fumble. Spins the car, puts it across. And then nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go. Jacques Vermeulen hits him, T-bones him as he enters the skylight. Now that is what I would call a big unfortunate accident there. I don't think anyone could have avoided that. That Mercedes just wanted to continue spinning after it made initial contact with the wall. Slingshot across the track, left, right, middle and center. Jacques Vermeulen coming down with full force and then T-bone him. That is a big accident. I'm just going oof oof and double oof. Thank you, Pierre, for bringing the oofs. Now people going, oh man, are you how are you ready for Zolder? That's it. Duncan, happy to hear you are ready for Zolder, man, for split time. Oh, look at the man asking for so many good things here. Alright, so these boys on track are practically the closest from each other. I don't know if times will show me anything. Yeah, there we go. Split times between everyone at the present stage. Just look at the map. They are the closest. Nail going all the way through, takes the inside line. Robson cannot defend against that. A proper exit there by Nail Bullion as opposed to Robson. Now the two BMWs not really fighting it out, but some good racing nonetheless. Sean Straydon miles ahead of the pack. He is coming down the mountain. No one in his sight, near or far, that will challenge him. 27 minutes of racing left. I'm not saying all is lost or everything is lost, but a couple of boys really suffered this one. KB taken. I think KB had one of the worst accidents coming down the mountain. Jacques Vermeulen was had a catastrophic T-bone event with Hardacre, who spun himself into the wall, bounced off like a ping pong ball, left, right and center. Those two boys are just gonna watch the race from that end. Alan Patterson, on the other hand, he is making up some time though. So he's gonna gain a couple of positions here. Again, This is why we do racing. I mean, you just never stop racing until it's finished. I mean, ideally, this is another 2 positions for Alan Patterson that he can make up, which will then, of course, bring him in 12th position. I would call it a freebie spot. Now, he's still got a lot of things to do, but it is happening. These boys are the closest at the moment. Neville, down the track, yeah, he is going on the battle with Greening. So Greening, on the other hand, is now in 6th position. I've got to go back and figure out, did that undercut really work? I mean, he went into the pits very quickly. But he's now being chased down by a Lexus. So, Merc versus Lexus. I reckon that Lexus has got good straight line speed up and down the mountain. But I've also heard lots of rumors that the Merc is not a slowpoke at all. So, Neville's got to do a lot of hard work in order to catch that man. Some bonnet eye view. Ooh, as Greening goes a bit to the wall judge. Is never going to go on the outside. Decides not to. And again, I reckon that is probably the best choice. No one wants to make an incident at the cutting. Very few people believe that it is possible to make a move there. I can guarantee you I am one of those that would not want to dare it. So that Merc has got a bit of aero damage. Is that enough for the Lexus to capitalize on the straights? That's the big question. Now these boys are the closest on track, so it's Neville versus Greeny. This is for 6th position. Ketsu Pulani is sitting comfortably at the no bullion yellow flag. Oh, he has made an incident as well. I'm picking up all these incidents. I reckon about 30% of the boys are going to have a race without making contact on the wall. Oh, there we go. Yep, made a slide into Skyline. Tried to outbrake himself. BMW will have damage, and that will be aero damage, so I don't think you will have the best of speeds at the moment. He is certainly losing a lot of time to Robson at the moment. Deltas and gaps are looking tremendously bad. Picking up some good tips though. Ah! I'm gonna leave it at that. Mr. Ashley, you are a superhero. Hopefully I can remember that. Thank you. So, split times. Here we go. I have never done that. I have actually learned something new today just because I went and watched my Discord channel. Normally I don't because people will ping me while I commentate. But I think that was actually quite interesting. So now I can look at when they put it, who hasn't put it, and the split times between the boys. Thank you, Mr. Ashley. Much appreciated. I am a streamer and commentator. This is not my career, I can guarantee you that. There we go, beer guys, that looks much better. I reckon that looks like a lot better. It makes my commentating life so much easier. I have to look at 5 different applications the whole time when I commentate, and now for once in my life I can just look at the screen and then enjoy the racing. So, as we said, Neville and Greening is still battling it out. Greening has made a bit of a gap between himself and Neville. It wasn't that close when we initially talked, but it is. Oh, sorry, it was a lot closer when we started showcasing these boys. So Greening seems to have settled in very nicely, running good lap times with a hint of damage on the front end of that Merc. Does look like he's struggling to control the car entering into the it seems like slow medium pace corners, but he manages it quite well. Still plenty of individuals that needs to take a pit stop. T Ferrara in 4th place at the moment, a good 38 seconds behind Kaketsu Polane, who is chasing down Sean Skutter. That's what the gap looks like between these two boys. 3.6 sounds like a lot, but I can guarantee you it's not that much. If you can put a couple of qualifying laps down. Alan Patterson right behind them, and of course that is not for position, but good to see the PWSR driver still continuing. Lee Bullion in the pit. I don't know if that is damage or is that just a normal pit stop. Does look like it's a bit more than what I would have expected it to be. He's out. So I reckon he's done something. I don't know if he's changed tires or whatever the case may be. And this gap was again far closer than what it was not so long ago. Greening goes very defensive there. I reckon Neville just took a bit of a break, getting out of the dirty air, and then refocusing and rezoning to see what he can do to make it count. Because by the looks of it, it really does look like that Merc has got some massive straight line speed up and down the mountain. Ooh, drive through there for Mayberg. And that is a pit stop dilemma for him. He is going to roll all the way back down. Yep, that is a man that probably speeded in the pit lane, gets a drive-through penalty. I reckon that's not what he planned in any means. Back to this action. Far better second sector there by Greening than his previous lap. He is up on his delta from a lap standpoint, looking phenomenally quick in this lap, so pulled up his socks, I guess. Or that's Neville again, just sitting back, waiting for Greening to make a mistake and then hunting him down again. That is Lee Bullion. That is not for position. The Lee Bullion color in 12th place. Looks a lot slower though. I think he's just slowing it down so that the boys on blue flag can continue with their races. Nearly went off track there. That would have been an awful excursion if he touched the grass and spun that out. Mayberg back in the pits. Again, this is to serve his drive-through penalty. I don't think it's going to affect him that much, in all fairness, because RCCC has passed him. Alan Patterson might get close to him. grunting close enough to make a dent. Yet there's still 16 minutes of racing left, so Alan Patterson has probably got something to chase down. Still the big boys in the front of the race, not really doing much. I'm gonna go and keep an eye on that delta. Let's go look at the lap by Sean Stradham. He is trying to flash it out. Got a blue flag boy ahead of him. Let's follow the lines of Stradham. Let's see if we can get some alien tips, is what I would call it. It's got Mayberg ahead of him. Mayberg is way for blue flag. Don't think it's wise enough to go that hard on him up and down the mountain. Probably stay a bit clear. Stradham is quick through there. He's potentially going to have the opportunity to go straight. Stradham's going to go and stick it in the line there. Doesn't need to pull brakes though. It looked like he was. I reckon that's what I would call a cheeky lap. But a good lap though. Nonetheless, that's your leader of the race. From the word go, he has led. Got the gap purely because I reckon from first corner incident at House Corner. Kenzo Polane is still chasing down Skirter. Slight error coming out House Corner there for him. 4 cars still need to do a pit stop, and I reckon these boys are going to leave it for the last minute. It's going to be quite interesting to see where greening pops out, as opposed to those individuals that has continued racing. Can't recall that he has gained that much. I do think it's a smart move though. He went into the pits very quickly early in the race, got himself a bit of clear track, didn't need to be overwhelmed and overly stressed based on everyone around him wanting to pass him and wanting to move. He just reckoned, I'm going to go in the pits, I'm going to get this all done and dusted. Get some clear track and just focus on not putting the car in the wall. Who is that? That is Duplessis. R. Duplessis. Haven't really featured him. He's had a very quiet race though. Stayed, kept his nose clean. So, good racing there by Duplessis. I think a nice, comfortable 10th place. Now I think he's been chased down by Alan Patterson, but Alan is quite far away from it. Yeah, the gap between those two boys is quite detrimental. But again, 45 minutes of good fun racing. Not about where you finish, it's about how you finish. I reckon if you can walk away from a Bathurst race incident free, then that is a great race. It's probably the most challenging track to try and do that. Greening, widening the gap between himself and Neville. Looks to be far more in control than what he was. And these two boys, Robson and Bullion William not in a position to make any time up from Robson. I reckon that damage that he got from Skyline is just losing, well, causing him to allow to lose. Sorry, let me try that again. So the damage that he got from Skyline is causing him to lose so much time. So he can't really gain, yet he is trying. Not doing bad laps though, I have to admit. Like, both these boys' lap times are not slow. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they're running in the low 204s at this stage, so it's not massively affecting them. Those are good lap times in general. Again, slightly as opposed to the individuals on the front end who is smashing it with 202s. Like, none of these boys really peaked into a 204 range. Let me just see what I can see is their best lap. So Skitty, who's being chased down by Kuketso, his best lap of the race thus far is a 202.4. Kuketso behind him has, however, done a flat 202 as Skitter runs into the pits. I reckon this is where we're going to have to figure out whether an undercut will be far better than an overcut. These boys should not need to put in fuel or do tire changes. That's just going to cost them way too much in the end of the day. Ferrara there, again, his best lap time 204 flat, very quick in that V12 Aston Martin. I think while these boys are doing their pit stop, I literally want to go and listen to this. A moment in history, gentlemen. A moment in history. And then I'm gonna call it commentator's curse there. Got it a bit bent out of shape there in Al's corner, but we covered it though. He's got a Merc there behind him. That to me is heartache. Now this is not for position though. Ferrara has it probably in the bag, but he still needs to, he still needs to do a pit stop. Skitter, on the other hand, has done a pit stop now. Trying to keep an eye out on him when Balane will do the pit stop. These boys still have about 8 minutes to do that though. Again, they can do it at any given moment. John Stradon is the fastest man on track, and he has pushed out a 201.9 in that BMW. So he is definitely showing what he can do. Race pace, these boys are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Mayberg has done great lap times. He's just had bad luck on his end in that beautiful orange livery. Again, loving an orange livery. Any given moment. Give it to me now, give it to me later. Give it to me anytime. That's a Merc on his tail. I believe that's Kuketsu. Yes, that is Kuketsu. Now, a bit of strategy is at play here, because I reckon if Kuketsu does catch up to Mayberg here, somewhere around the upper end of the mountain, he is going to lose a lot of time. So I think the smart move here would be to go in the pits now, get that done and dusted, because the last thing you would want to do is lose time to Skitty while being behind someone going up the mountain. I reckon he's gonna go in the pits now. These two boys are still fighting it out. Oh, what has happened? My Delta did show that that was far closer than what it is at the moment. Let's go back. Something happened. Sorry. I reckon my... Ooh, yeah. Big spin there. Too much curve there for Neville. And that did cost him a bit of time. Now Robson is past him, so he's costed time and lost the position to Robson. So Robson is now in sixth position, while as Neville is in 8th. And he's now got Nell Bullion in between him. So there is a three-way battle going on here. Stradom in the pits and out the pits. Kuketso the only one, well not the only one, him and Ferreira has not yet pitted. So Ferreira still doing another lap. Kuketso seems to have cleared Mayberg. Don't know where that has happened, but can't see that he's lost time. Let's just look at what his lap times was. The last one 2:02.5, so no real time lost there. Sketty on the other hand is doing very, very slow laps. Something has gone badly wrong. Sketty, based on telemetries, has done a very, very slow 2:07 lap time. Not so sure what has happened to him. So these two boys are probably going to go into the pits, I guess this lap, if not the next one. No, still not. Sure. That is leaving it for the last minute. Again, nothing wrong with that. These Ferrari are going to go into the pits. Again, if these boys don't do a pit stop, you are going to get penalized. Neville and Robson are battling it out now, so there's a three-way battle going on here. Bullion unable to stay with them. Robson, fight of his life. Big shoulders out for him. This is a good 6th place position. Greening on the other hand is all clear for now. Haven't watched the chat box. Option slow and steady. V12, yes. There we go, boys. Loving exactly what I love. The sound of an Aston. So slow and steady, Robson. Looking good for a great victory. Well, great finish. Ketsu still out. Ferrara is in the pits. So Ferrara is finally in the pits. A man who technically did not put a qualifying lap on. He is now in the pits. Last remaining guy, Lee Bullion. Oh, big mistake there by him. I'm gonna go and catch up on him. See what has happened. This is Pilane. He's either got to do it now or lose. He can probably do it one more lap. It depends though. This is going to cut it close. So let's go look at what Lee has done. I'm here to catch all the action this evening. Lee looking great. Nothing wrong here on the top end of the mountain. Misses the apex there, but does not touch the corner. Comes down skyline. Oh, yeah, bit too hard. Did not brake enough. Punts it into the wall there. Thankfully, he did not have a big accident there. So Kuketsu Pulane is now in the pit. Sean Stradom will definitely take that position, that's for sure. He was miles ahead of Kuketsu and Skitter. I reckon Skitter has lost a lot of lap times. He is not doing the best lap times at the moment. Running in the 208, so I somehow believe this man has picked up a lot of damage. And he's just not putting the lap times in he did before. Robson, on the other hand, he is slowly catching Lucis there. Again, this would be blue flag. Ah, drive through for Polane. This is not a good thing. Now, this is what has happened now. He is going to get penalized for that. Race leader is on the final lap. How extraordinary is that? This is what I go with. You know what? This is why you don't leave things for the last minute. Because this could happen. Like that was a solid second place for Kuketsu. And he might have just thrown that away. Ah, that is unfortunate. 23 seconds of damage. Ooh, goes very, very deep there. Does not hit the wall though, so great recovery there. Ah, what has happened to our beautiful Aston Martin? Trying to nurse it through for the last couple of corners on the other end. That's just not as nice. Is that no fuel? Does that mean he's ran out of fuel? Straight on coming through. Final corner for him. He's going to take the victory. That is for sure. Great race by this man. Qualifying first. Finished the race in first position. Phenomenal drive by this man. Kuketsu Polane has got a drive-through penalty. Now. Oh, this is going to be interesting. He's going to take it now. No, it will still give him a 30-second penalty. Sadly, that's not going to work. 30 seconds onto the time frame for Kuketsu. That will bring Skitty into second place. So, and I think maybe Greening will get it as well. For now, preliminary third place for Skitty. Fourth. Yeah, I reckon fourth place for Greening here. Polane lost the position over there. That's only a 30-second penalty for Kuketsu. Unfortunate drive-through penalty there at the end. Robson, on the other hand, he has managed to keep Neville behind him. So he's going to finish in a very, very strong fifth place. Neville, of course, in the Lexus in sixth. Bullion in seventh. Mayberg still has to come through, and so is Patterson. Patterson working his way through. Let's just finish this off with Mayberg in 8th. Ferrara has finished it in 9th. Love to know what happened to that man in the Aston Martin. He has caught him up, so Patterson has done a phenomenal drive though. That is 8th place for Mayberg with a drive through, and then of course 11th for Patterson. So FCK boys, I reckon that was really, really nice. Again, Ashley, thanks for the massive tip there. Let's just look at the timetable from a race point of view. This is the race finisher. So straight on Skitter, Polane, Greening, Robson, Neville, Bullion, Mayberg, Ferrara, Duplessis, Patterson, Bullion again, Hardacre, Vermeulen, KB. Oh, there's two individuals that did join that didn't end up finishing. Again, 17 boys on the grid. I think it was a phenomenal drive. I thank you all for the love and support. Tomorrow night we're going to kick it off with our ACC Console Zolder race. Again, same time, same place. And then of course in 2 weeks from now we will start off our GT3 championship at Logistical Nightmare. If you want to join, please go into simracing.gp and then enter your details in there. Kind of a team event. We might do driver swap scenarios, so don't be shy. Keep your eyes out. For everyone on the stream, to Priya, Ashley, Duncan, Tintin, you boys that kept me busy while talking, thanks for the support, love, and appreciation. To everyone else, good night, God bless, goodbye.